So another case study that I like to raise with people at this time is one that I've had recently with a doctor, Dr. John. Again, for confidentiality purposes, we'll call him Dr. John. Dr. John had a dental practice, and he was doing fairly well. And things went well for him until his brother, who lived back east, obviously John lives in California, his brother got sick and had some severe illness, not terminally ill, but very sick. So Dr. John felt it was important to help his brother. And so he put his practice to the side. His dental practice didn't do as well. Financially, he wasn't making as much money because he was concentrating on helping his brother, which was a great thing for Dr. John to do. Unfortunately, he got behind on his house payments on his residence. He got behind on his rental property payments to the point where by the time Dr. John contacted me, he was 1 week away from having his residence foreclosed and sold by the bank. And he didn't want that to happen. So us at County Law Center, myself included, I got involved in the case. We filed an emergency bankruptcy for him, was able to stop the foreclosure sale on his home. We were able to convince the bankruptcy judge to allow Dr. John to pay back the arrearages, the past due amount, over a 5-year period. So over the 5 years, he'll be able to catch up on his house, and we threw the rental property arrearages in there as well, because what he was doing, he was using the rental property income to pay his personal expenses, and so he wasn't paying his house payment as much as he should. He wasn't paying his rental house payment, and therefore became behind on all those. We put that all together, all the arrearages. We were able to reorganize his estate through the bankruptcy process, and he is able to keep the house, the residence, keep his rental property, and at the same time we got rid of some debts in the bankruptcy that he really didn't need anymore, and we got rid of some credit cards and other debts that he'd built up while he was helping his brother, and he was able to move forward. And as we could speak now, Dr. John was about 18 months ago. Dr. John is doing well. His practice is thriving again, and his brother has, not suddenly, over the course of the 18 months, become better, not need the assistance, able to go back to work. So for Dr. John and his family, this worked out really well. And if you want to contact County Law Center with any bankruptcy issues whatsoever that may be similar to this or possibly different, we can help you with that as well. And additionally, I should point out that the type of bankruptcy that we filed for him was a Chapter 13 reorganization bankruptcy. There are different types of bankruptcies. Chapter 7, where you're able to get in and out in 4 months. There's no reorganization. You just get rid of your debts and move on. But Dr. John had some assets. He had some significant income from his employer, which was himself, his own corporation that he owned. And so he didn't qualify to just walk away from his debt. And he wanted to keep his house. And he wanted to keep his rental property, so we needed to reorganize to allow him a 5-year period to pay back all those debts and become current. After the end of 5 years, he'll be current on everything and save the equity in his properties, and he'll be able to use that in the future going forward for himself.